meanwhile, I request Mr. Shailesh Sawlani for a presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. So we'll do a quick presentation on what is Uber, and specifically in this forum, what it means for smarter cities. Uber is basically a technology solution. It's an app. So I'll just read this out here because it's an app description here in terms of what we do. Uber is a technology platform that is indeed evolving the way the world moves. Uber seamlessly connects customers, or you can say citizens, in cities, and now in more than 360 cities in the world. Uber connects people, regular citizens like you and I, with a reliable transportation option, with a car and a driver, just through the push of a button through a mobile app. What it does is it allows you to leave your car behind, to leave your car at home, and functions like your own personal private driver. It all started 6 years ago with a very simple question. Those two co-founders, Mr. Travis Kalanick and Garrett, one night in Paris for a conference that they were at in 2009, just observed how and why is it so hard to just get a ride in the city, or to just move around from point A to point B in a city. And the question there was, what if I could just get a ride at the push of a button in 5 minutes? And that very question has now got us to 66 countries, more than 361 countries in the world. We're also in 22 Indian cities in just under 2 years of starting in Bangalore. So how does it work? All you have is a mobile app. You have a customer app that can be downloaded. And you also have an app for the drivers who are commercially licensed transport providers in a given city. And all you have to do is push a button. You use the mobile app to push a button, and the request goes to the nearest car or the nearest driver, and you get the driver's details. You get the driver's face, driver's photo, the driver's vehicle number, and you can actually see the car coming to you in real time to pick you up. At the end of the ride, you can rate the driver, which then ensures that the quality on the system, the quality of drivers on the system continues to remain high. So when we say we are a technology platform, we enable all of this at the back end, right? We connect you to registered drivers, to registered license providers, but enable a seamless ride from start to finish, right from the moment you push that button to the time you leave the car, and the quality that you expect going forward. All of this is enabled by technology. So what does it mean for mobility? What does it mean for moving around cities, for making cities smarter? There's a number of themes here. One of them, obviously, is mobility. The situation you have in Mumbai, for example, in today's day and age, already within a year and a half of us being here. So when we started in April 2010, you used to get a car in 25 minutes when we just started operations in the city. Today, you get a car in 5 minutes. 5 minutes to 7 minutes on average anywhere in Mumbai city. That's what we managed to achieve in a short span of time. And what that really does is it pushes the economics. It pushes the economics of car ownership beyond what it basically does is it makes you wanting to own a car. It questions that need, right? So when you can have a car with a driver within 5 minutes, within 7 minutes, at the push of a button, why do you need a car? So as of today, it is already cheaper to use Uber than to own your car. A car is underutilized or not utilized for 90% of the time or 85% of the time. And the rest of the time is just sitting there, lying idle, consuming space that we all know is so precious in a city like Mumbai. And that space could so very well be utilized in public parks or government hospitals or any other use that you can think of in an overcrowded city like ours. As of today, that's the situation with the kind of products that we have available, which is a singular ride booked by a singular passenger. But going forward, and something that we've seen and that we have in 14 cities around the world now, and including in Bangalore, is a product called Uber Pool, which is realizing our vision, or the vision of our founder, Travis, of actually taking cars off the road and actually solving the problem of congestion, where you have a system and you have a technology so efficient and so connected that it actually connects people, or it allows people to book multiple rides or to use the same car back to back while still trying to get to the same destination. All of this functions at a certain volume and a certain density, which we are getting to in all the cities that we are in India, and Bangalore has got there. So the photo there actually demonstrates the future, or shows you what the future looks like, where the top half shows you what the current situation is, where you have one or two people traveling in a car, whether it's a taxi, whether it's your personal car, or any other form that you can think of. And then on the bottom right side, you see a situation where all those people are, through multiple connections and through back-to-back connections on a trip, are picking up passengers along the way, but on the way to the same destination. Carpooling in play, which has been working out very well for us in cities like San Francisco and London, Paris, and now in Bangalore. When we're creating a transport infrastructure that's so efficient, you also have a need for people and for drivers to do those jobs, or to help you move around from that point A to point B. And that's the opportunity to create hundreds of thousands or lakhs of jobs in cities as big as Mumbai. And here are just some of the examples of people, of drivers who drive citizens around, today are driving citizens around from point A to point B, and how Uber as a platform has really empowered them. There are some of these stories where some of these individuals were under the burden or financial burden in all the previous jobs that they were doing. And what Uber has done is help them to be financially independent, to work with financiers and auto manufacturers to help them, to empower them to own their own car and be their own boss. And today, these people thank the existence of Uber and the existence of these citizens and customers who want to use Uber, who've taken up using Uber to help them out of that situation. And this is just the start. We've also worked with iCare and committed to training semi-skilled and unskilled women to become Uber drivers. And we've already had in Mumbai, 50 to 100 women that are already driving on the street and helping people move around. What Uber is also, it allows people to work at their own time. And you also have situations and examples where you have women who are part homemakers, and in the spare time, they are driving to keep income coming in. And in some cases, even helping their husbands and driving part-time to make full use of that car or that asset. Potential to partner with cities or organizations or companies that ultimately contribute to information and data sharing in the cities. We spoke about earlier about remote areas or connecting Navi Mumbai better. The image on the upper left side shows you how Uber brings access to metro stations and helps in better last mile connectivity. The situation becomes better, and it becomes a lot more advanced as we go further beyond the main city area. We started a year and a half ago just in a small western belt of Mumbai, and now we've gone over to Navi Mumbai and even extending up to Thane and Mira Bhayandar on the top left. We also partnered with a company called Safety Pin, where they provide cameras and equip Uber cars with them to then patrol streets at night and actually gather cumulative safety scores for each neighborhood, which then tells governments which areas are potentially unsafe, and those areas need to be either better lit up or have better security access or security monitoring. So those are some of the things that we can do. When it comes to safety, you have to look at all the other alternatives and what Uber offers above and beyond that. So by virtue of having a car come and pick you up, you can be certain, and you can choose when you want to go and board the car to come to a location that's safe, that you deem safe. The car that comes and picks you up, the driver that comes and picks you up, you have his details on your phone. You can share that with your family, and you can also share it with your family, and your family can track you in real time. They can actually track you coming towards your destination or to your destination, going to your destination, and call you, get in touch with you in case there's a situation that they believe that you're in. What we've done is we've also partnered in Calcutta and Pune. We've gone ahead and partnered with the police to raise real-time alerts to the police station every time a customer or passenger sits in the car and pushes an SOS button. This SOS button is what you can call a digital panic button of sorts, where in case there's any issue that you face, or there's an accident, or you feel a little bit unsafe, you push the SOS button in the app, and an alert goes in real time to the police station in Calcutta and Pune, and they get an alert. On the right side, you can see the driver's photo, his vehicle number, and a real-time trip tracking URL pops up. The person sitting at the police station can click on the URL and actually loads up the map and shows where exactly the vehicle is. Now, that's a really powerful tool to prevent situations from occurring. This technology is ready to go. It's tested. It's rolled out in Calcutta and Pune, and we're happy to work with authorities anywhere in other cities to roll this out as well as a real solution. Finally, that's a summary of everything that we can do. On the mobility side, we spoke about Uber Pool as a solution to reducing congestion. Smart jobs, where we feel we can generate lakhs of jobs in major cities in India in the coming year and 2 years. Partnering with the police and public and private institutions to equip them with data that's usable, that's actionable. And finally, just one last note there. We're constantly looking to work with the governments to come up with regulations that support this business model. First and foremost, recognize this business model as a separate one and different from a regular taxi service, where we're demonstrating how we function as a technology platform rather than a transportation service, and how we can work with transportation service providers to make this all a reality. Thank you.